Okay. First of all, thank you so much for being on our YouTube channel. And may I ask where you guys from?
We're from UK.
Which city, which part?
London.
London. Are you guys traveling in
Yes.
Japan? Okay.
It's our vacation. We're here for 2 weeks.
Two-
We were in Tokyo and now we're in Osaka for a week.
Oh, I see. So you like halfway so far then?
Yeah.
What did you do in Tokyo? Like, did you have interesting things?
Yeah, mostly we visited some sightseeing which are in all guides. We tried to see as much as possible. We visited several castles and
You mean the Imperial Palace?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
in
and temples here.
Meiji Temple, yeah. We visit Meiji Temple.
Oh, Meiji Jingu. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Also, we visited some Shibuya region, Akihabara, and so on.
Very tourist places.
Yeah,
Tourist.
yeah. For our first visit to Japan, we thought it will be nice.
After that, you directly came to
Yes.
Osaka.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Planning to visit Kyoto after
Oh.
Osaka and maybe visit some Hiroshima and and Nara. Yeah.
What kind of image of Japan did you have before coming to Japan?
Well, you know, there are some stereotypes about Japan that it's modern, that it's high tech, that we can see robots everywhere on the streets. But in general, it's really nice place to live, to visit, especially because it's really simple to navigate. Even if you don't know Japanese or some kanji or
Right.
some language, it's really great. Also, there is a lot of friendly people who can help you. Even if they don't know a language, they can show you by pictures or by language sign, body sign language, and so on. Yeah, so mostly it's really great. And also there is unique architecture. Even buildings, they are different from Europe ones and UK ones, which we have seen. So yeah, it's really interesting and nice.
Maybe because the castles in the kingdom is a rock or like a stone
they're
made.
stone made,
Maybe
yeah.
that's why.
And they are really not so beautiful. They are just mostly for defending, like for battles, not for beautiful stuff. And we visited like one of the most popular one in London, and it's not the same absolutely. It's just stones and some, I don't know, beds, which were used by our kings and so on. And here it's like more beautiful even from the outside rather than in UK. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you mean Japan has more green around the
Yeah.
castle?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's more greener, and there is a water outside. I'm not
At
sure
the
how.
beach? You
Yeah,
mean the
yeah.
water?
Yeah. In UK we don't have that one. In our cities we have only if it's on some seasides, and yes, but
And
not in the
only
cities.
external walls for protection and like
Oh.
towers. Here it's more integrated with nature, from my point of view.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know, it's changed year by year, but I don't know.
I see.
At the ages, yeah. But in general, it's, from my point of view, it looks prettier in UK.
So you talked about like a stereotype of Japanese culture, but is there something like unexpected things happen to you guys?
Well, maybe we thought that people, especially in Tokyo, used more colorful style of clothes, especially, but no. They like mostly use some office style, some suitcases and dresses for women, and they are mostly like black, gray, some beige or something like that, but not so colorful. It was like surprising because I thought, like in anime, everywhere is everything colorful, but no, it's ordinary people where people live ordinary lives in their cities. So not anime.
Yeah. Do you guys like animes and like
Yeah.
those subculture?
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to see a lot of anime and read a lot of manga, but now I stopped it because of my work routine.
You too?
Yeah, I watched a lot anime when I was younger. After years, unfortunately, I don't have so much time.
But what did you watch when you were a kid?
So popular in Europe titles like Sailor Moon, Naruto, One Piece,
Evangelion.
Yeah, sounds like that. But not some modern ones, unfortunately. Sounds like that.
I see. Then you went to Akihabara, but you're not looking for those things. Just,
Yeah, we
maybe
just wanted to check how it
check
looked like because we
Oh.
saw a lot of TikToks, a lot of pictures, and we wanted to check by ourselves how it
Oh.
looks like.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah.
And, are there any like Japanese things you like to bring back to your
Neko.
country?
Uh,
Manekineko?
Manekineka.
Oh.
Yeah, we have several orders from our friends and family who wanted them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really wanted that because it's, I think, from their point of view, it's most Japanese stuff which we can see in castle, which can be used by people who are not really into religion. My friend who watch anime a lot wanted to have some figures of character, I think from Dragon's Lair anime. So yeah, we bought that once.
Do you guys travel a lot?
We're
Like-
trying to.
Trying to?
Yeah.
Probably mostly in Europe then?
Yeah, in Europe. Most our trips were in Europe and inside UK. Like we have different countries inside
Right.
the UK,
Uh-huh,
so we
uh-huh.
traveled in some of them.
Oh. And the Asian country then, this is the
It's
first
our
time?
It's our first time, yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's the first Asian for us.
Do you have a specific purpose or reason for choosing Japan?
Mostly I tried to learn Japanese in school, but it was like several months only, and I think that it will be more interesting for me to visit Japan firstly. So yeah, that's why we decided by myself that we will
Yeah.
travel to Japan. Yeah.
Would you like to come back again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Because 2 weeks it's so short period of time. You can see a lot. For example, I wanted to see Fuji, not from the train, but directly by myself. And we need separate several days to do that because you need to travel to accommodate and try to find a good weather to see it. Yeah, so definitely we think that we will come back in some time in future.
Oh, I see. And would you like to live in Japan, or maybe it's a good place for just for visiting?
It relates on the job abilities, on the life abilities, and also it's really hard to live here without language, from my point of view. So if somewhere in the future our job will be needed here and we will find something and we will be ready to leave our kingdom, then maybe yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time and sharing your
Hopefully very
stories.
useful.
First of all, thank you so much for being on our YouTube channel. Where are you guys from?
Finland.
Finland. Oh, very north part.
Yeah.
Are you guys traveling, or do you have like a specific purpose for being in Japan?
Traveling for holiday.
Ah, I see. For how many days do you have?
16 days.
16 days?
Yeah.
And how many days so far spent in Japan?
We arrived yesterday.
Oh, just yesterday. Oh, welcome to Japan. Okay. And what kind of an image did you have, like about Japan before coming?
They are really like honest and quiet people. Everything is secure and clean.
Do you have like a Japanese culture around in your home country?
So much Japanese culture around here.
Some Asian shops,
Sure.
some specialized in Asian
Oh yeah.
Japanese.
Asian, like small Asian food shop, for example.
Yeah.
You can buy products.
Uh-huh.
And of course,
And
there's sushi restaurants and some
I see.
Japanese style restaurants, and couple Japanese restaurants. But
Why did you choose Japan like this time to travel?
it's too warm on summer,
Oh
too
yeah.
crowded on the spring.
Uh-huh.
Now the weather is nice. It's not hot, but
It's
still.
warmer than back home.
Uh-huh. Probably.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly. Yeah, it's kind of becoming colder
Yeah.
now. But your country is like mostly colder
Yes.
weather.
Much more colder weather.
I see. But you had a lot like choices. Like you have, there are many countries in the world, but you chose like Japan.
Japan is
So
a really
that
interesting
is-
country.
Interesting.
Nice to
nice to see their culture and how it actually is. And there's so much like it's so different to Europe or Finland, where are we coming from?
You can get like information about Japan in your
Yes.
country, like
Yes.
through the TV or internet. Or...
You have to look it yourself. Of
Uh-huh.
course, there's from YouTube videos, thousands of them.
Uh-huh.
We used to some Finnish small agencies that help us to book hotels and just our where should go and what we should see.
But then, is there any like a surprising experiences in Japan, or like unexpected things that happened to you?
Warmed toilet seat.
That's a weird.
Yeah.
I see. You don't have a warm toilet
No.
seat. Oh,
It's ice cold.
yeah. How about like a food? Have you ever tried?
Yeah, we have
I'm interested. Try to make some Japanese dishes at home.
yeah, of course.
We use a lot of miso
Oh,
paste.
Miso
you
and
use that?
yeah,
Yes.
miso and soy sauce and
Oh,
bonito flakes and
Yeah.
mirin.
can you find those in your?
Yes, in those
City?
specific shops, and even some you get from the bigger stores. They have a lot of better variety.
Oh,
Some products like soy and rice vinegar
And of course, sushi is like quite common food in Finland currently.
Sushi?
You can find in many places, but of course the quality is quite low in some places. It's really hard to find high quality sushi in Finland.
so you're going to try?
Of course.
Yes.
I'd like to try fugu.
Oh,
I don't know any specific Japanese fish that I could taste. Of course, tuna is quite common around the world. And
unagi. What's
Unagi,
that?
eel?
Eel.
eel, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, you want to try?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But you can find it in Finland, but I don't think it's fresh.
It's actually a different eel in
Yeah.
Finland
Yeah,
and Japan.
but yourself using miso. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you made miso soup and stuff.
Yeah,
I see.
and I use it as like seasoning.
And the bonito flake, you said.
Yeah,
On top of the food for decoration.
So you're going to try here, and you want to compare it.
Yeah, of course.
I see. Which city are you going to go in Japan?
We're here for a couple more days, and we go to Hiroshima, then we go to Kyoto, or there we go to Kanazawa, and then we go to Tokyo.
Oh, I see. So you
Like small houses, narrow roads, more traditional, old-time Japanese view, and probably
I see.
atmosphere.
How about do you have like a plan to buy like a Japanese stuff to bring back to your
Yes,
country?
something we have. I have thinking like maybe Japanese knife or something for cooking. But
I see.
I don't have any specific plans like what should I buy. Probably something to eat because that's always interesting to taste different eats and goods from another country.
I see. Well, thank you so much for being on the
very much.
YouTube and talk about your thing in the short period of your experience in Japan so far. It must be difficult, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you so much for being on our YouTube.
Of course.
channel. May I ask where you're from?
Yeah, Chicago, Illinois, so the United States.
United States. Okay. Is this you're traveling in Japan or there is a specific reason purpose?
Just traveling in Japan. I've always been a big fan of the culture, and like I've always wanted to visit here. So, taking a nice 2-week vacation here. We've been to Tokyo, now the last Kyoto, go Osaka, and then what's the mountain city?
What? Hakone?
Hakone.
Oh.
That's the other one. Yeah, so
Oh.
those 4 cities.
So
Yes, we've stayed in Tokyo, Hakone, Kyoto, and we're taking a day trip today to Osaka to visit the castle. Everything's been the highlight.
Yeah.
The castles have been really cool. Visiting the monkeys, we went to a shrine.
Arashiyama?
Yes, yeah. Climbing that was really great. We had sushi in Hakone at this like smaller restaurant. It's the best sushi I've ever had in my entire life. But I mean, just the views, like all the shrines and castles. It's just beautiful. Like it truly is just an exquisite country to visit.
Oh, okay. around your hometown, do you have many connection with Japanese people, or like not only people, like a Japanese culture overall?
So no, I would say probably not. Like Chicago, where I live, big city, but like no, like focused Japanese connection. I work for an airline, and we fly a lot to Japan. Like we have a big connection with Japan, so. That's where like I got the idea to come here, is because a lot of people I work with have traveled here, and it's a beautiful place. But no, not like a specific connection.
Oh, I see. But then, if you're working in a travel, airline, then maybe you have more interests in other countries too, right?
Yeah.
So did you go all over the world then?
I have traveled quite a bit. I just started there this year, so I've been to Brazil. Now Japan, London. Like I've traveled a lot of places this year, but Japan has been on my like list to visit for years, for many years. I love history, so I read a lot. I like to read, so I've read a lot about Japanese history, like the emperors, the shoguns, like the different periods of time, like specifically about the guy who created this castle, then the transition to the period, the Edo period, right? Then the 1600s to like the Meiji Restoration. So I love history. So that's kind of why I was really interested in coming here.
Did you learn something new from the castle?
Yes. I've read a lot of articles like on the guy who founded this, the Toyoroma family, Toyotomi family. And, I didn't know that I guess that the guy who founded the family was born very poor, and that's exceptional. That like he was able to,
Wow,
it was very interesting to find out that he came from being very poor, became the ruler of all Japan, and then lost it all basically immediately after he died, which is kind of sad, but very interesting.
Wow, you learned a lot.
Yeah, no, I've read articles like a lot. I like to read.
It's study in the university or anything, like a personal interest.
I like to read a lot about history. I'm big into ancient Egypt, feudal Japan, like the Greek and Roman history. Like, I just World War II. I just like history. I like to read, so it's all personal, like personal learning.
Oh, I see. Between then the countries you've traveled, and like the Brazil, you said?
Brazil, London, Japan, Mexico, other areas in the United States.
What is the most different things about Japan than other countries?
The rules, I guess, or the customs. Like people in Japan all kind of like follow an unspoken rules, like like wear a mask when you're sick, like all queue to one side, like. The areas, it's just exceptionally clean here. Like no trash cans, but there's no trash on the ground. Like it's just exceptionally clean. That's what I would notice about Japan is different. Is like the public transportation's incredible. The people are very nice, and like I just like how it's very clean. It feels very safe. Like I like that a lot. It's very clean here.
I see. Then did you feel like differences between like the gender, like a man and women's difference, or older and younger?
No, I feel like nothing gender-wise. I did notice there were women-only cars and trains, which I've never seen that before.
Right.
First time ever coming to Japan.
How about like a Japanese food? Do you like Japanese?
Yeah, so I've had ramen before, like in the United States, and I've had places that claim to be like, oh, we have locations in Japan, but we had some ramen here, and it is very, the food is different from like the United States is like version of having sushi here versus sushi in the United States. It just tastes different. Like there is a lot of differences. Like the ramen here is much different. Like I don't know how to describe it other than it tastes more real, I guess, less like synthetic, like less fake. Like it's very real here, and then like the sushi here is just incredible. Like some of the sushi we've been able to have here, it's just incredible.
Is it a variation, do you think?
I think just the quality is just excellent. And I will say, like the 7-Elevens, like the family marts at the convenience stores, the food in convenience stores is like so much better than the United States. Like that's
I see.
easily the biggest difference. Is like I could go to a 7-Eleven to like in the Japan. I could pick out anything and be like, wow, that's all good. If I go to a 7-Eleven in the United States and I try to buy something and it's like late in the day, I'm risking it. It's not so good. Like it's not so good. But it's excellent here.
And then in the United States or around your hometown, there only like a 7-Eleven there, or
7-Eleven?
Lawson or the Family Mart we have
Yeah,
here. But do you have that too?
Yes, the United States has more convenience stores than you could even. I mean, just all over. But they vary. Like in the United States, if you're on like a road trip or you're driving for like 6 hours, 7 hours of driving, you'll see convenience stores that are the size of shopping malls, like just a convenience store. They're called like Buc-ee's or something like that, where it's just an entire store that's just like a convenience store. Like they're huge. But yeah, they have them all over the United States. But they're just, again, for me, it's the food quality is, I think, better here. Like not the restaurant food, but like the actual like convenience store, like sandwiches you buy there, much better here.
You just pick up and eat.
Yes, much better here than the United States, I would say.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. And is there any like Japanese things you'd like to bring back to your country?
Yes, I think I would love it if, again, like some of the food here, like the convenience store food, I'd love to bring back. I think the Japanese culture has like a real respect for like nature and like you know, just making sure that like, you know, you always clean up after yourselves. I think the United States does a phenomenal job. Like we have some of the best nature in the world. We have more nature. I just think, you know, like bringing that you know, maybe some better public transportation, right? Like the Japanese are very on time. The schedule is just like, if it says it's going to be there at 12:25, it'll be there exactly at 12:25. Whereas in America, you know, it can be a little bit less reliable, and the convenience store food, it's just excellent.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah.
All right, well, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.